Cross River State, A102, empowers girls on science-related field, advocates IT-based skills acquisition to promote economic development and prosperity. Economic activities resumes in Ugaga and Ikwekureko, warring communities in Yala local government area. Plus, Wildlife Society of Nigeria holds 5th annual conference, advancing wildlife conservation in the face of insecurity and ultimate change. Details of these and more shortly. Good evening. Thank you for joining me on NTA News Highlights. I am Arut Ndem. Now the news in details. In a dynamic and technological-driven world, it has become pertinent to equip the younger generation with skills and knowledge in scientific fields to promote development and prosperity. Wife of the Cross River State Governor, A102, said this at the inauguration of her project, coined Girls in STEM. Justin Etten reports.
Figures from the National Bureau of Statistics reveals that women constitute only 22% of university graduates who studied engineering and technology-related courses, which is poor and creates gender imbalance. To bridge this gap, young girls like 14-year-old Peculiar Thermos are already undertaking training to break this barrier and make a career in science-related endeavors in the future.
By God's grace, through this program, I've been able to acquire such skills. I'll make sure that other girls, my classmates, do hear and join this program.
Before I came here, I didn't know how to code, I didn't know how to game, I didn't know anything about programming. So I just came to get better knowledge of what I'm going to be studying in the university.
For the initiator of the project and wife of the Cross River State Governor represented at the event, the initiative is born out of the desire to ensure that young girls dream big and pursue their passion towards building an inclusive and prosperous future.
We have plans already on ground to ensure that Cross River become a hub for exports of technology, for exports of IT to other parts of the world.
The girls drawn from various secondary schools in the state are already creating positive impact in website development and other innovations. In Calabar, Justina Etam, NTA News.
And moving on, the rate of unemployment could be reduced if youth took the path of entrepreneurship, while government provide an enabling environment for entrepreneurial development to strive. Maureen Liu Ajon completes the report.
Entrepreneurial development is a field that saddles its recipients with skills on how to be employable and useful to themselves and the society at large. It could also be viewed as a form of youth empowerment which is orchestrated by the prevailing unemployment of youth after higher education, as each year higher institutions churn out graduates into the labor market for jobs that are non-existent. It has, however, been observed that while many Nigerian youth are taking advantage of the many opportunities in entrepreneurial development and making a living out of it, others need further sensitization on how to choose the path of entrepreneur.
If everybody is creating jobs for themselves, if you can lead yourself, you can lead others. If you can make yourself self-sufficient in society, then you can make that sufficiency enough for others. If you can create jobs for yourself, you can create jobs for others. It means that you're a solution architect and you're solving the problems of Nigeria.
The way to go now is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship for yourself and also to create employment for others.
People should get working, make sure that they advance in their businesses, make use of whatever knowledge and ideas that they have and propel it to greater heights. That way they will also employ other people and make sure that they don't stay without anything to do.
The quickest way to bring back production is to work with the small, the medium micro, medium, small-scale industries.
What other factors can boost sustainability of independent small and medium enterprises?
Beyond coming to Smidan office for guidance, maybe during our trainings, I believe that if you are actually seeking for funding, the internet is available. From time to time, just try to Google, search for available funding windows.
It's the strengths that you have, that can help you through that journey.
There are 3 dimensions: how to make, manage, and multiply. And trust me, till we can achieve these dimensions, we can get it right.
It is the hope of experienced entrepreneurs that more Nigerian youths will become entrepreneurs that will drive the new Nigerian economy. In Calabar, Maureen Leo Ajom, NTA News.
Social amenities, including roads, infrastructures, are key factors for any meaningful socioeconomic development that have impacted on the society. This scenario seems to be far from expectations, as motorists, commuters, and residents are like plying the route and decrying the deplorable state of the road and calls for attention. Nta Calabar reports.
Economic activities in Ogoja and environs is gradually getting to a halt due to the deplorable state of the only road linking the area to other parts of the country, which has become a death trap. Commuters and motorists who spoke with NTA News crew are appealing to the state, federal, and other relevant authorities to pay urgent attention to the road with remedial measures.
But because you can't control yourself, if you are not very careful, you fall. Because when you are moving, you have to leave roads. So many these things they plate on the road. That is the problem we are facing on this road.
The road no good, plenty. Pass plenty, no good. The thing where we talk with government is supposed to look us and try to do this work. If you not try to do, how will we pass well?
Actually, we are from Calabar, Cross River State. We are heading to Lafia, Nasarawa State. The road is very, very bad, especially here in Ogoja side. Ogoja to Bekwara, all those bandicard in place. That road, the road there very, very bad. And at times, we, the truck driver and the motorbike, we do fall in and out.
The ripple effect of the damaged road, which stretch from Onduk Junction in Ogoja through Bekwara to Vandika in Benue State, has resulted in the diversion of vehicles into Ogoja Urban, with negative effects on the ring roads that were not constructed to carry articulated vehicles.
But like this, the way the government said they treat us, we said with the bar. Certainly, the motor for how many weeks we there for this route here? Then they come now, when they revise now, they pass through Bekwara, go they spoil our road for village. For inside town, they not condemn our road well. So make government try observe 1 or 2 for the road so that we'll get normal routes.
The Ogoja-Kasinala Highway is the only entry and exit route linking Cross River State to the northern part of Nigeria. Ode Alenyo, NTA News.
Still in the northern part of Cross River State, Ogoja, peace is gradually returning to the warring community of Ugaga and Ikpekreko in Yala local government area of Cross River State, following a peace meeting between leaders and stakeholders of the affected communities, as economic activities have resumed with people going about their legitimate businesses. Correspondent Ode Alenyo reports that leaders of 2 communities have resolved, among other things, to end the crisis and restore peace permanently.
The people of Ugaga and Igbekuriko in Yala local government area of Cross River State have been at war with each other over farmland, unleashing mayhem, wanton destruction of properties, crops, cars, houses, and other valuables on both sides. Leaders of the 2 warring communities in a meeting have resolved, among other things, to ensure that peace reign as they urge their subjects to sheathe their sword.
We have adopted a resolution agree that within 1 month time that the total for the 2 communities.
We have really sat and we have agreed that within 1 month this land dispute, this long-lingering land dispute is going to be resolved by the committee that we're working on it since. And we have agreed that there will be total peace in our community. And it's our duty as chief, when we go back home, we're going to communicate same to our subject so that we live in peace as brothers and sisters. And we have resolved that there should be no further destruction of houses or farm products any longer. Thank you very much.
Other stakeholders advised the people of the two communities who have shared long-standing cordial relationship to use dialogue as the best means of resolving their differences.
These crises have been there before me over many years now. It's very obvious that during rainy season like this, crashes always come up because of people want to farm. The two communities have agreed to come together to have peace within them. They have realized that nobody can bring that peace to themselves, except both of them agree.
Meanwhile, the Nigerian military from the Godwin Ali Cantonment, Nigerian Army Ogoja, has been on ground to maintain peace and order in the affected areas in Yala local government area of Cross River State. Ode Alenyo, NTA News.
Nigeria National Park remains the last hope and the greatest opportunity available for the attainment of sustainable development goals that has to do with biodiversity, human well-being, and development. Keynote speaker, Professor Edemenian, a professor of Wildlife Resources Management and Herpetology, University of Uyo, stated this at the 5th Annual Conference of Wildlife Society of Nigeria held in Calabar. Maureen Liu Ajo has details.
Wildlife conservation refers to the practice of protecting and preserving the natural habitat, species and ecosystems in order to maintain and restore biodiversity. It involves efforts to prevent the loss of wildlife population and their habitat to prevent extinction, as well as promoting sustainable use of natural resources. Nigeria today is facing rigorous challenges in wildlife management, and these challenges pose significant threats to many species, which make them insecure as well as leading to climate change crises. The 5th Annual Conference of Wildlife Society of Nigeria, WISN, held in Calabar with the theme, Wildlife Conservation in the Face of Insecurity and Climate Change in Nigeria, seeks to reawaken commitment of stakeholders towards addressing the challenges of wildlife conservation, such as illegal mining on wildlife habitat, deforestation, bush burning of wildlife habitats, overgrazing of local animals, poaching, overhunting, and illegal wildlife trade.
We know of insecurity everywhere: bandits, herdsmen, kidnappers, Boko Haram, and the rest. And it's actually hampering the activities of our members who are trying to conserve our natural resources.
What we are protecting in Cross River National Park is mostly the remaining tropical rainforest. Other forests, due to poor land use, have been depleted.
The conference is therefore advancing laws and enforcement of those laws, as well as public education, to conscientize the people on the dangers of not conserving wildlife.
System where everybody will go back to our areas and spheres of influence and begin to work rigorously and vigorously to achieve a sustainable environment.
Professor Edem Eniang, a keynote speaker, and other speakers made valuable recommendations to be replicated at the federal, state, and local levels towards wildlife conservation in Nigeria. In Calabar, Maureen Liu Ajom, NTA News.
In the same vein, in view of the threat of wildlife in the country and to ensure that the future generations enjoy the natural world with its credible spices, experts are advocating for stronger wildlife management system in the country. Urwak Etam reports.
Wildlife conservation is the practice of protecting animal species and their habitats to enhance natural ecosystem. This can be achieved through legislation, thereby protecting the animals from extinction. The practice, among their benefits, allows for pollination and continuity of native animals. Since Nigeria is a biodiversity hotspot with level of endemism, experts insist that there must be collaboration and synergy of policies and programs for the conservation of wildlife.
It's a time now that all the stakeholders will come together to ensure that they bring up policies, regulations to see how this wildlife can be conserved. But today, government has spent so much money to ensure that the fauna and species within those ecosystems are not in danger. But there is no checks and balances. If government put policies and regulations, incentives that will ensure that most of these endangered wildlife are protected and sustained.
There are a number of species on the danger list. They are threatened with extinction. A lot needs to be done to conserve these animals. One is the environment where the animals live. The forests should be left intact. Don't cut down the trees. If you must cut a mature tree, replace with 2 other trees. The oxygen we breathe as we are here, it is the trees that give us that oxygen. Protect the trees, protect the animals.
Experts who call for strengthening of the protection policy are encouraging wildlife-friendly land management practices that will connect the habitats on which endangered species depend for their survival, as these will protect and enhance natural ecosystem.
It is our duty to keep these animals alive for our use and for future generations, because it's our national heritage. Don't burn the bush indiscriminately. If you must burn, control that fire so that it does not spread and become wildfire that will destroy the forests.
The experts, however, believe that wildlife conservation is necessary as it ensures the protection of animals for the upcoming generations. In Calabar, Uduak Etem, NTA News.
Now to legislative matters. The welfare of the less privileged and the vulnerable in the society should be a collective responsibility of governments and the people. These are the words of the Deputy Speaker, Cross River State House of Assembly, Sylvester Agabi, during his visit to the motherless babies' home in Uwanse, Calabar South local government area. Oba Hyacinth reports.
The plight of the less privileged and vulnerable in the society in the midst of severe economic realities is a serious concern and calls for collective effort to addressing this segment in the society. In this regard, the Deputy Speaker of the Cross River State House of Assembly, Sylvester Agapi, advocates their well-being and welfare.
I take the best decision to celebrate with people who cannot afford even a cup of meal in a day. And you can see, you have come here, you have seen for yourself. They are deprived of many things. I bought what I brought, and to me, I would have felt that I would have done more. But you see, I just took this decision, and as I speak to you now, with this child and what I've done here so far, I feel very happy. I'm fulfilled in my spirit. And I cram my birthday all today, so
it's actually a great one. I would say it's really important for us because, like you saw the children actually need those resources that our Honorable has brought for us. Is a great thing, mostly with the times now in the country where things are actually difficult for him to actually come to visit the children. Those things are going to go a long way to help in the welfare and the care of the children. And we also use this medium to also encourage others who are out there to remember that it's a place like this, the orphanage home, that as they eat and celebrate, they should remember their children like this who also need help and care.
The lawmakers say care for the less privileged will reduce some of the security challenges confronting the country. In Calabar, Oba Hyacinth, NTA News.
That's it on our news for tonight. Thank you for watching.